everybody, my name is Jacqueline. Thank you so much for tuning in today, and in today's video I will be giving you my first impressions, review and demo on the 2019 Chanel Le Beiges Collection. Look at this beautiful package. I'm so excited to open it up with you in camera and tell you a little bit more about this collection. But before we get started, please do not forget to subscribe to my channel and ring the little bell so you can get notified whenever I upload new videos. And now let's get started. And just yesterday I ordered this new Chanel 2019 Le Beiges collection, and this collection was released in Europe I think about a couple weeks ago, and like I mentioned before, yesterday it became available in United States. I bought it directly from the Chanel website, and they offer actually overnight shipping. I will leave the code for overnight shipping down below on the comments. And now let's get to open this beautiful package. So to begin with, it comes with a card that says Chanel, and inside I'm sure it's just my invoice. So it's my chalk again on how much I spend on these products, but I'm excited. I do think that makeup is also pampering, and once in a while you can have these little treats here and there. And they also sent me a little card that says all the best from Chanel, and I opened these beautiful, I mean the box is just so beautiful. I'm just gonna go ahead and keep it for my old guilty pleasures. When you open the box, everything is beautifully wrapped, and it has the Chanel seal, and the tissue paper, it all says Chanel. And now let's just open it up. It actually comes really well wrapped, all the products, and then you end up with something like this. It comes with all these little shredded paper that I don't like that much because it really makes a mess, but I mean it's all cute. The first item that I purchased, it is Le Beiges Eau De Teint Water Fresh Tint, and the shade that I got is in shade medium. The box is just so pretty, velvet, classical of Chanel, beige color, black on the bottom, just very simple, very natural look. This Le Beiges water tint costs $65. It comes in this, it's actually a plastic bottle, it's not glass. I know some people will say, oh, being Chanel and for the high price tag of $65, why not getting a glass bottle for this type of foundation? I actually prefer my foundations to come in these type of containers that are hard plastic because it makes it a little bit more safe to travel. Now when you open it up, there's a cap right there. It has a pump, which I really appreciate. Now the color, it actually is scaring me right now. I ordered medium. I may have made a mistake and I should have gotten the medium light because it looks a little bit dark. This tint also comes with a brush, and it actually, the brush seems to be a high quality brush. It's very dense. There you go, it says Chanel in the back. I'm gonna read you some information that you can find at the Chanel website. This product is the first Chanel Complexion tint featuring pigment micro droplets that deliver a water fresh sensation and a radiant, healthy looking glow. I personally, if you have been following me, you will know that I enjoy radiant to glowy finish foundations or base. I don't like any products that are too matte because it just shows a little bit more of my fine lines, and it just makes my pores look bigger too. Now this composition is created with patented microfluidic technology. The lightweight gel texture bursts with ultra pure ingredients to a bare skin effect with 8 hours of hydration and comfort. The skin feels refreshed and energized. This product is very interesting because it's not marketed as a foundation. It, like the name says, is just a tint, and you can use it after primer or without primer, use this tint right here and leave it as is, or actually you can just use it with your foundation. So you can put this under, kind of like that Hollywood Finish by Charlotte Tilbury. You can just put it under, and then you can put on top your foundation for a luminous glow. So you have various ways to use this type of tint, and it's very interesting how brands are coming out with this extra step in your routine. Like I said, primer first, or if you want to skip primer, then you use this and then you use your foundation, but also the possibility to just use it alone. I think that's great, and this is what I'm gonna do right now. Upon application, I just think I'm gonna use it alone, no primer, no foundation over it. I just want to see what is the result of this product. It also has a claim of 8 hours wear. It's not that late right now, it's actually 10:50, so I may be able to maybe give you a little bit of a follow-up, or at least I will leave it on the little comments down below. How did it wear throughout the day? Also, I wanted to make a note that this tint comes in 6 different shades, one being light, then light to medium, medium plus light deep, and deep. Now let's go ahead and get started. I think the first thing that I want to do is I want to actually put it on my hand and see what is the texture of this tint. I applied 2 droplets, and if you can see, I'm just gonna turn my hand. It's very runny. There you go. So it has a gel consistency, but very liquidy. I don't know if you can, in my camera, I'm just gonna pat it, and I think you can see the little droplets of pigment in there, which makes it so interesting. I don't want to waste the product, so I'm just going to go ahead and grab it with the brush that it comes, and I'm just going to start with the application. So actually, like I was saying, I was a little bit scared that I was getting the wrong shade, but actually it's interesting because it doesn't go too dark. So I think I actually got a really good shade. You know what? Usually Chanel and all luxury brands, they have a scent. This one has a fragrance, but it's just so subtle, and I don't like products that have too much overpowering fragrance, or like old perfume type of fragrance. And I like this. The fragrance is just, oh, it's not even there, I should say. As far as coverage, it really doesn't have any coverage. I mean, so far I did 3 pumps and there's no coverage. So I'm gonna do another full pump, and I'm working on just one side of my face so far. Definitely this tint, you have to apply it with a brush. Don't use a sponge at all. The sponge will absorb the product. I use about, like I said, about 2.5, 3 pumps on just one side of my face, which I think that's a lot, to be honest. Just gonna put another pump right here. See right there? So as you can see up close, it gives a very pretty dewy look, but it doesn't have any coverage. If you're looking for this Le Beiges Eau De Teint, it is just like a name says it. It's a water tint. That's what it is. So it's not gonna give you coverage. It's gonna just like make this film of glow, dewy look very natural, very pretty. I actually like it. Now that it's settling, it's not dry yet, but it's drying, and it actually looks very pretty. Another product that is actually giving that glassy skin look that we have seen that is so trendy right now. Next item that I got from this collection is this Le Beiges Healthy Glow Sheer Powder, and I got it in the shade 20. There you go. And it comes in this beautiful box again from Chanel. Now when you open it up, it comes in this beautiful velvet bag that have the Chanel imprint right here. When you open the powder, you will see it says Chanel. It has a brush, a mirror in the compact. Now when you take the brush out, there's a little piece of plastic right here. You can just drop it and you will discover the powder. It has embossed the word, the name brand Chanel. Maybe you can see it better right there. There you go. Once again, this Le Beiges collection, it's all about a very natural sheer type of makeup. This powder costs $58 and it comes in 7 different shades. Let me read you a little bit more about this product. It says that with an effortless touch, this innovative multi-use powder makeup enhances, brightens, or bronzes the complexion for a costume glow. For the composition, it has an advanced technology that protects against skin dueling environmental stressors, while white rose and cotton flower offer absolute comfort for even the most sensitive complexions. Includes a sculpted half moon brush that we know. So this powder, like I said, comes in different type of shades. I was tempted actually to get a darker shade of this powder as well as my shade color that I think it is, but a couple weeks ago I ended up also buying the Soleil Tan de Chanel bronzer, which I'm planning to apply here in this video. So basically the way that you want to apply this powder is you're just going to sweep it over like that, and it seems to be very finely milled. Let me just touch it a little. Oh yeah, it's very soft and kind of velvety. And I'm just gonna go ahead and apply wherever I feel like it looks too luminous and see if it will kind of fade my pores. You know, I'm in love with my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish powder because that powder is also so finely milled that it actually covers your, you know, like fine lines. It doesn't make you look too matte. It's really pretty. And actually this one is doing the same thing, and it's leaving, it doesn't have any particles or shimmer or glitters, nothing like that, yet it's leaving a soft effect as if it's still glowy but not as glowy as when I just applied the tint. I'm just gonna go ahead and apply my NARS concealer right now. I don't have any concealers by Chanel. Okay, I have applied my concealer and I'm gonna go ahead and use the same powder. I don't think this brush is good to set in the under eyes. So I'm just gonna go ahead and use this Hourglass brush. Just gonna tap it in a little. Actually, this powder is really pretty. It doesn't look cakey. It's actually give like a very beautiful soft finish. I don't know if you can see it right there. It still has some radiance, but it's, like I said, it's not super glowy. It lets the skin breathe. So, and actually even my pores, they don't look so enlarged. You can still see from the tint that my, you know, my cheeks are still rosy. Okay, next I'm gonna open these Soleil Tan de Chanel. This is a bronzing makeup base. And actually, this is not part of Le Beiges collection. I just happened to pick it up a couple weeks ago from Nordstrom, but I didn't find the time to actually use it. I have been filming so much, and the days that I don't film, I have to do other, I have to have my regular life. A mom, a businesswoman, and all the rest. But here you go. I'm pretty sure you have seen it many times. It comes in this really nice container. You have the protective lid and then the cream product inside. So I'm just gonna apply it with a brush. So this bronzer is actually really pretty. It's easy to blend and it will work, I think, for lighter skin tones, light to medium, maybe medium to tan. But if you have a deeper skin tone, it may not work, or it may work kind of like more like a blush, but not. I mean, I cannot speak for, you know, I don't have a deep skin tone, but I just think the tint is just up to maybe like a medium tan skin tone. That's where it will stay at. Next, I pick up this Le Beiges Indispensables eyeshadow palette, and the cost of this eyeshadow palette is $70. So it's another expensive item right here. And it comes in the beautiful sleeve, just like the other compact. When you take it out, is the same type of package, kind of like this beige or ivory color with the black, the Chanel on the top. And then when you open it up, you have a mirror, a nice size mirror, and 9 different shades with 2 of those very old style foam dog food applicators that, I mean, all these brands, they usually send it, but actually one of these applicators has a little brush too. So on one side it has the foam, right, the foam tip, and then kind of like to pack on, and then on this side right here it has a little brush, which it looks like a nice mini brush on the go. Now what I like about this palette is that you will find some warm tones, but as well you will find a lot of cool undertones. I don't know if you can see right here, these are a little bit more on the warm side, and this color right here is warm too, but then we have a lot of cool undertones in the mix. So I think that's a nice combination. It kind of like, it's going on with this trend like Anastasia Beverly Hills and the Sultry palette. Well, that one is pretty much all cool tones. I think it only have a couple shades that it was warm tones. But also the brand new Viva palette by NATASHA DENONA. I made a review on that one. I will put in the cards right here. It's a mix of cool tones, warm tones, and again, it's all neutrals. Now, what type of look should I make? I have no idea. It says about this product, it says it's ideal for blending and layering. This limited edition eyeshadow palette features 9 intense neutral shades with matte to shimmering finish. So that's all what it have, matte and shimmering finish. I will be inserting a swatch picture somewhere here, or in the whole camera you will get to see the swatches. Now let's go into the application. To be honest, I'm not very fond to use these little friends here, so I'm just gonna go ahead and use regular brushes. And actually with these shades right here, you can even get a very smoky look, kind of like a very glamorous look, which I would say I'm interested to have something like that. Maybe I will do something in the cool tone. Why not, right? Okay, so I'm gonna start with this shade right here. This is shade number 6. It doesn't have any names, unfortunately. On the back, it kind of gives you an idea, kind of like a map thing of how you can use it. But, you know, I'm just gonna use my own desire and creativity and take it from there. And I'm just gonna go ahead and use this E35 brush by Sigma, kind of like fluffy, and place it pretty much all over the lid. Now, when I start But in the pan, it's a little bit powdery. So just be careful when you apply it. And I had set my eyelids with the same powder from Chanel. So they're all said and done. As you saw in the video, I used a NARS concealer, set with the Chanel powder, and call it a day. Well, not call it a day, but at least the beginning of the day. If you hear somebody snoring, it's my dog. I just decided I had my backdrop by my dining room, and it just didn't look appealing, obviously. So I brought it to the area. I have an area between the kitchen where I have my office. So I just brought it here, but my dog usually sleeps on this side of the house. And he's just taking his nap. I wish to be taking a nap, just like he's doing. I would love to know, tell me, are you interested in this collection? Have you seen any other reviews? What do you think about? Or are you a little bit tired of seeing all these neutral kind of palettes and tones? I think the trend is coming more into having this very natural skin look, which I really appreciate. Actually, in the past, in my 20s, I just use it all like bare minerals and very light foundation. If so, I use one from Lancome, and I use a lot of skincare products from Lancome and actually Chanel. So I don't know, it's interesting to see that the brands are coming more with natural, glowy, glassy skin-like type of products. So I'm just building up the eyeshadow all over my lid. It's actually easy to build up, but I don't know why. I feel like it's grabbing a little bit on, I don't know if in the concealer, if it was too sticky right there. I think I want to go with this dark shade right here, which is, doesn't have a name. I don't know why I'm saying which is, and I'm like, it's nothing because there's no name. Okay, I'm gonna be using this Sonia G Blender Pro brush, and I'm gonna go into this brown shade on the corner right here. And I'm just gonna place it on the outer V of my lid. It's a brown but has such a cool undertone. It's just so pretty. So pretty. I'm impressed, and it's blending really well. It's pigmented, but not in a way that, you know, it goes and then you cannot fix it. So you can actually build up to the intensity that you wish, which is something that I really appreciate. Next, I'm gonna be using this Morphe brush. It's kind of like a flat concealer type of brush. And with this brush right here, I'm gonna be going to this antique gold shade. I know a lot of people, they don't like to apply the shadows with the finger, but I don't mind, honestly. And it actually had a little bit better payoff. So you can either use, you know, maybe your brush wet, or just like I'm doing right now with a dry brush, and it will apply good, but not to the full intensity. So depending on how you want the look to be, you can either use a wet brush or your finger, if you don't mind. Next, I'm gonna go with this. It's kind of like a silver shade right here, and this is the shade that, to me, if you go and look on my review on the Viva palette, that is the shade that I feel like it was missing in the palette. something like that, just so you can have like another pop of, you know, like a cool tone shimmer. This is more like a nighttime look, but you can certainly achieve using these colors right here a daytime look. Now for my inner corner, I'm gonna use this shade on the palette. Again, I'm sorry, it doesn't have names. I think it has actually numbers. So if I'm looking correctly, this is number 9 on the palette. Pretty is that? I gotta believe it. It's so pretty. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and use this color in the palette. I think they're calling it, they're not calling it, they're just labeling it as shade number 2. And I'm just gonna use a pencil brush. This is by Sigma. I'm gonna go to this gold shade right here, and I'm gonna apply it right on the bottom of my lash line, but more to the inner part. I'm gonna use this same E35 brush. I'm gonna go to the first shade again, and I'm just gonna blend in a little bit the edges. In my order, I was able to pick a couple samples, and I picked this Le Volume de Chanel mascara in 10 Noir, so it's a black mascara. Oh my gosh, that one is huge. So this seems to be like one application and that's it. I'm just gonna use this Fenty eyeliner. My lashes. The last item that I got from this collection is this Le Beiges lip balm, and it says that it will give you a healthy glow. It's actually $25. This lip balm actually comes in 4 different shades, but the shade that has been added on the 2019 collection is the shade Intense, and it's like a dark type of red, or not like super red, but kind of like maroon. I'm just gonna apply it on bare lips. This product is a lightweight glide-on lip balm that offers a sheer wash of lip color with a creamy, non-sticky formula that provides immediate lasting hydration. It also contains moringa butter that helps protect against environmental stressors. Optimal for hydration. And this color Intense is the shade that has been added for the 2019 Le Beiges collection. Now this is the final look. Thoughts about this collection? Although, I mean, from the get-go, we know that it's super pricey, and that's what we get with Chanel or any luxurious brand. But talking about the products themselves, starting from these Le Beiges Eau De Teint, this tint is actually really beautiful. Like I said from the beginning, I'm happy that the matte trend is going away, because honestly, I mean, in young skin, like say a teenager or a person that is on the early 20s, it will look really pretty, a matte foundation, but you can actually enhance the beauty of the skin of that particular person in that age with something like this, something that is more natural, and it will just show the beauty and the glow of the skin of the person. And again, this is not a foundation, this is basically a base, kind of like I mentioned before, the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood filter. You can use it under your makeup and under your own foundation or just alone. I'm using it alone. It looks very natural, it looks very pretty. On my age, I like it. I actually am enjoying this product. It's not sticky, it had set already, so it actually had absorbed into my skin. It gave me a radiant glow. It doesn't look patchy, it's just not grabbing into my fine lines, it's not showing them. My pores are fine too, and that's something that I look for. So I'm happy with this product. Now it's pricey, but you know, it's kind of like the Charlotte Tilbury one. That one is pricey as well. So if you like those type of products that don't leave you like a matte formula, and you're not looking for like something that is, you know, like have like extreme coverage, then this, you can maybe give it a go. Now it only comes 6 shades because again, it's not a foundation, it's nothing that, it's just something to enhance the beauty, and there's no coverage to it. It's just a simple sheer kind of glow. So I think, I mean, to me, I'm actually happy with this product. Now about Le Beige Glow Sheer Powder, it's not super glowy, so don't think with, you know, don't get your thoughts as this will give you a super glow to your skin. No, it actually gives you a radiant finish. It's not cakey. I actually apply it under my eyes, and I like it because it's super light, that it didn't emphasize the fine lines or, you know, create any creepiness under my eyes. So I actually enjoy the way that it has set my under eyes. It brightened it just a little bit, and it set my concealer without making it look cakey or too much on my under eyes. It is a pretty product, and actually I was thinking to get this product also in a shade darker, like the deepest, to just kind of like do a bronze look with it, but I will skip on it because I thought it was going to be a little bit more radiant, which I'm happy it's not, because now I can use this powder to set my face. But in the other side, I was looking to get a deeper shade to actually use it as a bronzer, but to give me a glowy look. And I don't think this will give me that glowy look. I mean, I haven't swatched it. Maybe when it comes into stores, maybe at Nordstrom's, I will be able to swatch it and see from there. But for right now, it gave me a very subtle glow. It's very finely milled. It's not, the consistency is very light velvety, and it's not drying at all. And this review is coming from a person that has sensitive skin. I have mostly dry patches on my face, and I have reactive skin too. So far, I really enjoy it. For the eyeshadow palette, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful palette. The colors, I mean, if you're into that trend of all neutrals that can give you a either warm tone look or maybe a cool tone, you will really enjoy this palette. It's a very pretty palette. The weight on this palette, it's not a lot. It's only 0.22 ounces or 6.3 grams. It is made in Italy. Just talking about the quality of the product, I was actually able to blend my eyeshadows fairly easy, and it went smoothly. It did have a little bit, like just a dash of kick up, mostly this shade right here, this kind of like a stone shade right here, but it could have been also the brush. So I don't know. Other than that, if you can tell, my palette, it's fairly clean. It doesn't have fallout all over. It offers some mattes, some shades, and it's a good combination. Obviously the sultry palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills, that is less expensive than this palette. But if you had been wondering about maybe the NATASHA DENONA palette, the Viva palette, and you know, pulling out $120 something for it, it may be a little too much. I don't know, maybe you can get this palette right here. I think you will be happy about it because you can get both warms and cool tones looks. Now talking about weight, I mean, this is only 6.3 grams of product or 0.22 ounces in total, while for example the Viva palette you get way more. You get 37.5 grams on this eyeshadow palette, the Viva palette. So now talking about price comparison and the value for your money, although I really like this palette, I will say the amount of product that you get in this palette is just so minimal in comparison, for example, with the Viva palette. On this palette right here, you get a total of 6.3 grams of product, while this palette right here, each of the pans comes with 2.5 grams. So times 15 eyeshadows, you are getting 37.5 grams of product. So that's major. I mean, like, we're talking about 31 more grams of products in this palette versus this palette. Just no brainer right there. The value, obviously, for your money, you get more shadows right here. It depends also if, you know, if that's what you want to do. Now for quality and blendability, I will give it the same. Now another option could be this Anastasia Sultry palette. These come with most of these shades right here are all cool tones, except for I think Verge is the only one, and then Bloom and Rose Quartz. Those are the only three. And this palette right here, I think it retails for $45 or $49, something along those lines. And this actually contains 0.83 grams of product per each of the pans, and you have 14 shades right here. So again, you get a lot more product in the Sultry palette than you will get on the Chanel one. So my take on this is, if you like luxury brands, if you like Chanel, feel like you want to splurge in a luxury item and get this palette that is limited edition, that is something, you know, if you want to get this palette, I mean, go ahead and do it. But in terms of value for your money, the Sultry palette will do good too, or the Viva palette. The Viva palette, although it's super expensive, you're getting a ton more product than this palette right here. So that's that. So I like it. I personally like it. I'm not gonna return it. I enjoy it. It gave me good blendability. It's beautiful. The actual composition of this palette is just very pretty. I like it, but I just want to talk about value and, you know, if it's wise or not to spend that amount of money on these type of products sometimes. Hopefully you see what I mean. Okay, as far as the Soleil Teint de Chanel bronzer, I enjoyed it. At first, I was like, okay, it's not giving me any payoff, so I need to apply a little bit more and a little bit more. But like I said during my application, this bronzer, it blends beautifully. The only thing that I will say is it will work, I'm sure, for lighter skin tones, light medium, and maybe medium to tan, but for deep complexions, I don't think it will do any good. So it's a little bit limited. I wish they could have come out with maybe a couple different shades, 2 or 3 shades. That will give more options to everybody, and that will be really nice, but it is what it is. About this mini sample of Le Volume de Chanel mascara, I mean, looking at it up close, so far it looks good. It doesn't, I mean, it had a little bit of flakiness because it's a very dry formula. Now, let's be honest, it came in this little tube. The one is pretty much the size of the full tube, so it's kind of like one application and done. So it may be that it's already dry like that because the type of container that it's in, but it gave me a lot of length and volume. Maybe if any of you have this mascara and actually use it, maybe you can leave your comment down below and let me know how it applies and how does it wear. Because I mean, having this, if just to give you an example, this is a travel size of the Milk mascara, and this is the one from the Chanel. You see how little it is? The one is so huge that there's not a lot of product right here, so I don't think I can give it a fair review for this product. Now, as far as the lip balm, it's a very pretty shade. It's kind of like a raspberry type of shade, like a little pinch of red, but not too red. So it looks really pretty. I like it. But I think for a lip balm, you may want to skip it. I mean, I don't see the reason why to spend $25 on a lip balm. I did it because I was planning to review this collection and, you know, just bring you out whatever is new. But in my honest opinion, for a lip balm, there's other lip balms out there, even like drugstore lip balms, that it can give you the same either finish or at least the same properties, or you can get a lipstick. So I will say, although it's nice, it's not sticky at all. It feels very, very moisturizing and actually emollient. Like I said, it's good, but there's no reason why to spend that amount of money. Hopefully it makes sense and that is coming across clearly right there. And this is the wrap up for this Chanel Le Beiges collection. I hope you really like this type of review and demo and the eye look. Please don't forget to leave the comments down below. I would love to hear from you. And don't forget to give a thumbs up to this video. And until the next time, have a beautiful, wonderful day. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.